guys, it's me. So today I'm doing a review on my NeoGlow Hex Tank, fish, and tips. So this is my tank. Here's the full scale. It's really hard to film this because of the lighting, but we'll work with it. Okay, so everything you see here except for the barrels here and this plant here and this plant over here are all included in the Hex kit, as well as the filter. There it is. The filter there. Oh, also that the resting leaf did not. Oh, my fish are coming after me. The resting leaf right here, that did not come with it. I had a previous beta tank, and my beta lived for 2 years in another different tank. So the leaf and those 3 things there were what I got. And by the way, all of this stuff was at PetSmart. It was about $80 for the kit. And I believe the fish were $8 a piece. So I'm going to tell you about the process of setting up my tank and some tips and stuff when setting it up. Alright, so first things first, I opened up my box and everything. I don't have any footage before because I didn't think about doing this video, because not until I realized not many videos show a whole lot about the neon fish. Because they are rather new, but not many people make a whole lot of videos about them. So, oh, another thing, these fish are not naturally born to begin with. There's a first generation of fish, the tetras, and they look pretty much like these fish, except they had black lines, like there'd be a squiggly line down the middle or something. And these were combined cells with scientists help make it, I guess. So this is the next generation without the stripe. I mean, you can still get either. Okay, one question I'll answer right now. The fish do not glow in the light. Whenever you have the light off, they're not neon. Okay, now getting to setting up the tank. So when you open up the tank, they have all of the plants in the back. So that would be this orange one, the yellow one, and the blue one. Oops. Focus, please. They are like packaged. They aren't like out floating around. As well as you get a pretty sizable bag of these here rocks. Also included is this tropical flakes. Please focus again. Oh no. These Equion, I guess I'm saying that right, tropical flakes. I got these fish about 2 weeks ago, and there's still quite a sizable amount in here. It's like filled to maybe where this crease is, and I am about here to how much I've used. So even though it's a trial size, if you don't want to get the tropical flakes quite yet, that's fine because this will last you a long time. When feeding your fish, you really only need like a tiny pinch. And you only feed them once a day. It also comes with this Aqueon water conditioner. Now, I haven't used this because when I first got the tank, because I got the tank first and then my conditioner, I didn't think this was going to be in there. Because I was really stupid and I didn't read what the label was because I knew I wasn't getting my fish yet. This is what I used. It's the Glowfish Experience the Glow stuff. It's the water conditioner. Now, you don't really have to get the Glowfish stuff, but I just got it because I figured might as well. I think this stuff also helps with enhancing the color. This is also a set you can get two, but they come separately at PetSmart. The other one is a color enhancer. So I'm guessing if it's anything like this, you use half of a capful and you put it in there whenever you first put your water in. The other thing that came with this, in this kit, was this Aqueon Quiet Flow LED Pro power filter. Now, this is for up to 20 gallons, medium filter cartridge, size 10 filter pad, and inside this box actually was the medium filters. So there's like, I think there was only one in here. Yeah, there's one in here, and so it gives you this instruction thing. I think this is it. Gotta open it one-handed. Did not think this through. Well, I'm not gonna open the whole thing, but it's the setup guide, and it shows you how to where to place the aquarium, how to add water, how to add your water conditioner, and assembling your hood. Really, I mean, it took some time. I'd say it took me about maybe 30 to 40 minutes to set this up, but this is my first tank that I set up myself. My parents set up my betta fish tank. So, basically, in the filter, all you had to do was put this inside of the big filter part, and then put two other things inside of it, and like put the filter in there too. And then you were good to go. And there is no adjuster, so like you can't adjust the flow at all. So it kind of just goes. My only thing is it kind of like goes outwards, like it doesn't go straight down like my other one did. Sorry, it's a little cloudy. I do need to do a water change soon, probably, because this is a newer tank. But it goes outwards. I mean, it doesn't look that bad from the side, but my fishes, I can't tell if they like it or not. But this one's trying to come at me. I can't tell if they like it or not, but they tried to swim up the current, especially if there's food, but I can't blame them. Okay, so after I set up the filter, there wasn't really any attachment issues. All you had to do was just like put it on the shoulder, like on this part, and it just kind of rests there. And here's the top view, maybe. There we go. And then you just place the top on. Sometimes it is hard to get this top on if you take it off because of the filter, like on the back here. It'll be like off kilter. And then I'm not going to open it because I don't want them to think they're getting food and then be disappointed. After that, well, actually before that I skipped a step. I wiped out the inside of this and I cleaned it because I wouldn't want there to be any chemicals in there, because I wouldn't want my fish getting sick. Even though you are supposed to wait like anywhere from 3 days to a week after setting up your tank to let your fish be in it because of the chemicals, and you have to go through the nitrogen cycle. So it's got to get all the bad stuff out and make sure it's safe for the fish. So if you do put your fish in regular tap water, unless it's like tank water that you can get in like bottles, it's not safe for your fish to be in, because once you put them in there, they will like die. Almost 99% of the time. So after that, I made sure I put everything in there how I wanted it. Oh, another thing with the gravel. So, I wanted to see how dirty the gravel was, so I got my little restrainer thing. Strainer, what am I talking about? My strainer, and, I put a paper towel underneath it so it wouldn't let the little gravel pieces go through. And I just rinsed it under water for some time, and then they were clean. And then I looked at it and it like leaves this dye. So had I put it in regular water, it probably would have been like a cloudy, murky, milky color, and you don't want that. So then I added my water. I mean, they should be in warmer temperatures, so, or at least room temperature. So I put my water heat to medium, like in the middle, and so I wouldn't mess up my gravel. I put my water stream on the top of my barrels. If you don't have a centerpiece that you could do this with, you could use a plate. You could, you put the plate in the middle, if in the place of your centerpiece, and you just pour the water on the plate. Yeah, yes, your gravel will get a little bit messed up, but that's gonna happen no matter what. Then I filled it to the top. Right now, since I'm probably going to be in due for a water change, the water has gone down a significant amount. See, here's the water line, and it's already evaporated a lot. And another thing that came with it, because I completely forgot it was there, in the background there is a paper. It comes with backgrounds. There's a blue, like a dark navy blue side, and there's a black side. Mine is on the navy blue side right now. Not sure if you can see it, but it's there. Not really, kinda. The little black strip in the back, that's where it is. And then it doesn't come with tape or anything, so you have to tape it there yourself. So after I added my water in, I turned my filter on, and I added a capful of my glowfish stuff. You really don't have to get the glowfish stuff because it's like way more expensive than the regular stuff that you can get. I just got it because I felt like it. I mean, I figured might as well at least use something that says glowfish on it. But really, it's, even the people at PetSmart, they told me that the glowfish food, I didn't need that because it's kind of just corporated stuff that they're trying to get a whole lot of money for. Because it was like $12 for something this size. Now, this is it compared to my hand. Now I have pretty small hands, but... oh, well here. Here's a comparison to the... this one. That the Glowfish version was about $12, and I got the Top Fin Tropical Flakes for $8. Also, one thing I do recommend: get yourself a net, because that's the next step. After you've left your tank with the filter on for some time, then you can go get yourself some fish after like 3 days to a week. So I went to PetSmart, I got my fish, they put the fish in I'm almost certain it was an oxygen filled bag. It was double bagged because I'm pretty sure there was a hole in it. And what you want to do whenever you're putting your fish in is you're going to want to open your lid and stick the bag there, like in the water. Now, it all depends on how long you want to wait. I waited about an hour to put my fish in because I wanted to be safe. Some people suggest adding some of your tank water into your bag. I don't recommend that because that can cross-contaminate. So say the water that they have in there, because that's from the pet store with all of the same fish swimming in it and pooping in it and all that stuff. If there's something wrong with one of the fishes in that tank and you go and put that water in the bag, that could just make them sick. Saying goes as once you're done acclimating your fish in the water, if you just pour all that water into your fish tank, you've almost certainly given them a death sentence. I would not trust the pet store water. So all you do is you open your bag up and you get your handy dandy net and you scoop them out one by one really, really quickly, and you put it right in the water and you let them go. Same goes for your other fish if you have any. Now, getting fish wise, I really suggest getting at least 3, depending on your tank. This tank is 10 gallons, so these are school fish. So, and I can tell without even like researching, although I have, they always swim together. So like they're always in the front of the tank. They're never really in the back. See, they're always in the front there. And they always swim together. In a 10-gallon tank, you can have about 5 fish, so I might get 2 more soon. But I'm gonna wait some time. One thing though, once you put your fish in the tank, do not turn the light on. I'm telling you, it's gonna scare the crap out of them. It's not gonna be good. This is the switch. Oopsies, I scared them. It's attached to there. Sorry, fish. Yeah, that's another thing they're gonna have to get acclimated to, because that's a really, really bright light. Like, it, with all my lights off, it illuminates my whole room. So, you're gonna want to wait at least another hour until turning the light on, because when I first put my fish in there, I wanted to see what they were gonna look like real quick. Big mistake. I turned it on, they're all kind of swimming at the top, they're doing pretty well, and they all got like really scared and like only stayed at the bottom. and I thought it was going to go away after like a minute or so, but it did not. They were all totally scared. So I was like, oh, well, that's not going to work out, because you don't want to add too much stress to your fish whenever you're just rehoming them in their new tank, because that will also kill them. Fish can be very fragile. So I turned it off, and they floated right back up to the top, and they were swimming around, and they were happy again. Another thing with the light. I choose to have the light on at night. They do recommend having it on in the day. I don't really see the point of that, because in the day I'm not in my room, I'm not going to see them, so what's the point? So, if you're going to pick to have them on, the light on, in the day, only do it in the day. Or if you're going to keep it on at night, only do it on at night. I don't know why, but every time I've researched, it said you should have it on it in the day or in the night. You have to pick one, because I don't know what it does to them, but it's not good. If you accidentally leave it on for like a day or so, like a whole day and a whole night, it's not gonna hurt them, or at least it didn't hurt mine. But I don't recommend having your light on all the time. Also, it saves your light power, and your power in general, because your filter is always plugged in. Your light doesn't have to be on. So just pick a time and leave it on then. Even if you don't want to have it on, what's the point of having glowfish if they don't glow in the light? But if you don't want to have it on, you don't have to turn it on. It's not going to hurt the fish if you don't put the light on. What else? I think that might be about it. Oh, one more thing. I did have problems with milky water at first. After I put my fish in the tank, my clear water started to get a little cloudy, but that's because the fish were just getting in there and they were getting settled and everything. So, I didn't worry about it, and after a day, or like a half of a day, it should be going back to clear. Mine's back to clear, at least. When choosing a time to feed your fish, whether it's your first time feeding them or not, whenever I got my fish, I knew that PetSmart people fed their fish in the morning, so I didn't worry about feeding them that day, because I wouldn't want them not eating. The first day, I only do my feeding the fish in the morning. I don't do it at night, because my light's on, and I don't think they'd want to go up near the top whenever the light's on, because that's a really bright light. So I do it whenever my light is off. So whenever I first fed them, I waited until the next day, because I knew PetSmart had already fed them, and you don't want to overfeed them, because it could kill them. So at first I fed them that first morning after having them, and the little ones ate, but the big pink one didn't, and that really worried me, because it had had problems on the travel. It looked like it was almost like, I can't say hyperventilating, but it was really freaking out, and it kept on opening and closing its mouth, and it was really freaking out, and it was trying to escape the bag. The other two were fine, it's just the pink one I had a problem with. So whenever it didn't eat, I was really scared I was gonna lose him, because he had problems getting there. He freaked out whenever I tried to put him in the tank, and then when I let him out, he didn't move very much. So when I fed him the next day, I thought he was going to be okay, but he kind of just floated around. He was really scared. He didn't really want to eat. The other two were ravenous and just ate right away, and they were fine. So what I did, and this is what I did, I am not a fish professional, this is what I personally did, and it worked. I fed them in the day, like half a pinch in the day, and then at nighttime I fed them the other half of the pinch. And I just kept on watching them to see if the pink one would eat. The very next day after that, the fish finally started to eat. So then, it was a day and a half. So the morning, it didn't eat, and then the nighttime that I fed it, the pink one ate. They all were eating good then. So then, the next day after that, I decided not to feed them at night anymore, because the other one was eating and I didn't have to worry about him or her anymore. So ever since then, I've been feeding them in the morning. So if your fish does not eat, do not worry. Just try and feed them at other times, but only twice. Do not feed them more than that, or the other ones that are eating will get fat and it will be bad. Now, if you suspect your fish is sick after 3 or 4 days, you can set up another tank or have some water conditioned bowl or something that you can put them in. You can isolate them and see what's going on with them. You can look it up. I wouldn't know what to do. None of my fish have ever been sick, but you would want to isolate them because you wouldn't want them to contaminate the other fish. Or if you're not willing to deal with that, you could take them back to the pet store and exchange it for a different one. I think that's just about all I have for you guys. I will be making my water change video as soon as I change my water. But if you are planning to change your water soon for your glowfish, I will tell you what I'm basically going to be doing. Basically, all you need is you don't take them out. That is one thing you do not do. You do not take your fish out. Unlike betas. The beta I had, you had to take him out. You had to put him in water that was already sitting out all day in room temperature and chlorified and all that. Or conditioned, what am I talking about? And it was a whole process. You had to put the fish in there. You had to take all the water out. And then you had to clean the inside of the tank. You had to clean all your rocks, because I had rocks about this size. You had to clean all your rocks off. You had to clean off all of your plants. And then you had to refill it with water you already had sitting out. It was a whole darn thing. This one, basically all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking out half of the water. So, that much. It may seem like they wouldn't have enough water to swim in, but in all reality, this is a massive tank. It doesn't look like it from the front view, but it is massive. So you take out half of the water, and you have water that's already been sitting out and that's been chlorified. Why do I keep on saying chlorified? Conditioned with half of a conditioner bottle cap, and you refill it, and it should be good. So you might want to have a couple pitchers, set them on your kitchen counter or something, or beside it, and then just fill it up. And then every month or so, maybe at the end of the month, depending on when you get them, you need to clean off your what am I talking about? It's so late, guys. You need to clean off your, oh my goodness, your plants, and you're good to go. I think that's just about it, guys. So I'll probably do another video about my conditioning, of the other half of the water once it's done. You need to do this, like, routinely, so, like, I'd say once your water's evaporated quite a lot, go do it. That's what I personally do. If you want a more extremely specific one, I'd go look that up online. So yeah, that's about it, guys. So have a great day. If you're getting any fish soon, congratulations on being a fish mother or father. And if you have any questions, ask them in the comments. And I wish you all a happy day. Bye!